The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for Missouri Milestones, the podcast. We're in Season 1, Episode 23, here on October the 23rd of 2025. It is 8 a.m. Hopefully you're on your way to work or on your way to school, but wherever you may be heading, hey, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, and you can follow him at Playing_Sports, or you can follow me at Scoreboard Guy or the Missouri Sports Network at Missouri_Sports. You want to be the smartest fan in the stands? Sign up and follow us. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. That way you'll know every time we have an episode coming out, and you will be the smartest fan in the stands. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like. As I mentioned, Kent Mueller alongside, and Kent, let's get this Thursday morning kicked off right here.
All right. Yes. We started about 6 months ago, Missouri Milestones, with 1,000-point career scoring lists for both boys and girls. We now have over 1,500 boys and over 1,300 girls. And it won't be long before we have combined lists totaling more than 3,000 Missouri basketball athletes. Those lists will continue to grow as we dig out more of Missouri high school history, and also as we record and recognize those who will cross that threshold each season going forward. Due to the strong response for the basketball career list, we have expanded to include 3 stats for football and 5 stats for volleyball. And for volleyball, that's both boys and girls. The popularity of these lists has naturally led to our podcast presentation of Missouri Milestones. In each episode, we sit down with one of these standout athletes to hear their story straight from the source, the work, the mindset, and the moments that made it happen. If you are a coach, an AD, an athlete, or a proud sports parent, this is the podcast made for you. The easiest way to see these lists is to get updated, is to follow us on X. Follow Guy Newcomb at Scoreboard Guy, and follow me, Kent Mueller, at Playing_Sports. By following us, you will get updated lists as they become available. Now that you're following us on X and you know how to contact us, let's get to the Missouri Milestones interview of the week. This week, we will get to hear from Addie McLean. Addie is a setter who is a senior at St. Michael the Archangel. She has been a member of Missouri Milestones for some time, and this last week, Addie recorded assist number 3,500. Guy and I had the good fortune to sit down with Addie and her coach, Lori Hanaway. Missouri Milestones, the podcast, because history isn't just written, it's earned. Guy and I will be back with Addie McLean and Lori Hanaway right after these words from our sponsor. Don't miss it.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play. Hey, little help? And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can we give them a ride?
Yeah. The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done. Yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, In the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Missouri Milestones, the podcast, and high school game day countdown to kickoff here. Missouri Milestones, the podcast launch. This is episode 23 here in season one. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go to St. Michael High School, and we welcome in head coach Lori Hanaway and our Missouri Milestone, Addie McLean. Coach Hanaway, thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Coach, first off, let's talk a bit about the season. You've wrapped up the regular season with a 26-7 record, and your district actually begins tonight. But tell us a little bit about the season for St. Michael.
Well, I've been telling the team for a couple of weeks now. I like where we are. I think our record indicates that we've had a good season. More importantly, if we look at the teams that we beat and even the teams that we've lost to, we're in good position. We've lost to some really tough teams, all top 10 teams, and that schedule was built with purpose. Even in those losses, we got better, and we have competed with every team we played. So I think that's always a good sign for a coach going into postseason play.
Coming into this season, what did you have to replace due to graduation on your team, and maybe who are some of the ladies who stepped into some of those roles?
Well, we lost an all-state libero, so that was replacement, but we had a junior step in that's had a lot of experience at that position. She was just behind another kid that was really good. So Molly Bokenkruger stepped in and really is having an all-state year also as libero. So that was a big key to continue our success. We also have a freshman outside hitter that stepped in an important role. Anytime you have to replace a pin, that can be a big question mark, but she's done really well. And then we have a middle that has played some varsity off and on that stepped in to replace a graduated senior. So I think the people that have stepped into those roles have really been key to our success. And then we had, kids like Addie that have been there for 3 or 4 years. And so it's just come together nicely. It's a good mix of youth and experience. And so again, we think that we're in good position to make a good postseason run.
Heading into district here, your Class 4 District 7. Are you relatively healthy at this time of year?
We are, which is always what you hope and pray for at this point in the season. But we've been, our whole school has been hit with the flu bug, probably like a lot of places. But we've kind of meandered through that and worked our way through it. But yeah, we're pretty healthy, a little sore here and there, as are, all athletes at this point of the year, I'm sure. But we're grateful to be at full strength right now.
Your district actually began on Tuesday. Tell us a little bit about that district, where you seated, and who's hosting.
St. Teresa's is hosting, and so not too far from us. We're the number 1 seed, which again, you like that position. The 2 and the 3 team, Belton and St. Teresa's, both great programs. If we get to that championship game, then we would play one of them. We have a bye tonight as the number 1 seed. Tomorrow we play the winner of the 4-5 seed, which is Pleasant Hill and Notre Dame de Sion. So we look forward to that, and we're taking, one game, really 1 point at a time. That's kind of been our mantra or motto all year, and take care of what's in front of us. And so we hope to get off to a good start tomorrow against the 8-9 seed, then hopefully the 4-5 seed, and just keep moving along.
Again, here, season 1, episode 23 of Missouri Milestones, the podcast, with Playing on Sports. Kent Mueller and senior volleyball player Addie McLean is with us, along with head coach Lori Hanaway from St. Michael. And Coach, tell us just briefly about your background. How long have you been at St. Michael? Where did you go to high school, college, and how did you end up there?
This is my 4th year at St. Michael. I've been coach. This is my 35th year of coaching volleyball. I coached at O'Hara High School for the longest, which is now closed, and that is a legacy school here of St. Michael. I went to Lee Summit West and coached there in the Lee Summit district for about 10 years, and then decided that I wanted to make the move back to Catholic education, which I have a strong passion for. I grew up in this area. I went to William Crispin High School long time ago. Then I went to Graceland University now and played volleyball until I tore out my knee. And then I graduated from the University of Missouri, in 1989 to go back and throw those dates out there. So St. Michael is a great place. Like I said, the Catholic atmosphere is important to me. All my kids graduated from O'Hara High School, so I have a long history. And then when the opportunity came my way to come here to St. Michael, I jumped at it.
Well, 35 years in the business. Would you start when you were 8 or 9 years old?
Yeah, I was about 5.
Okay. Very good. Well, you've got our Missouri Milestones member here alongside Addie McLean. Tell us a little bit about Addie and what makes her special.
Well, Addie, came in as a freshman and became a starter right away. I think what sets her apart probably is her court knowledge, her awareness of putting her hitters in the best position to be successful. Her dad was a head coach, so she's a coach's kid, and coaches love coaches' kids. They get it, and so right away, Addie made her mark here at St. Michael. 3-time All-State kid, and just keeps getting better every year. And she really has, that innate desire to get better. She has a strong passion for the game. And so, as a coach, those are the types of players that you can't wait to get your hands on and help guide them through. And then, of course, her talent is off the charts. So it's been a great 3.5 years, and we're hoping for a couple more weeks here to finish strong.
Addie, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
First off, congratulations on being a member of the Missouri Milestones list in volleyball with your assists there going, I believe, over 3,500, an astronomical number.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about coming in as a freshman, what your roles were then, and have they changed? And I know leadership role obviously has changed because freshmen typically aren't, captains and leaders, but tell us how your role and maybe even your position, but I can't imagine, I can't believe you've played anything else but where you're playing now to put those numbers, but tell us a little bit about your freshman year to now and those roles.
Yeah, so I've stayed a setter all 4 years, but I will say the position of setter has like a built-in leadership role with it. So even as a freshman, I was still kind of calling plays and had my own role within that. So that was definitely an adjustment, from 8th grade ball to go to be a freshman and have this major role. But, every year it gets a little bit easier to take charge of the team. But without Hanaway putting me in that position as a freshman, I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure that I do now.
Take us back to that first match, if you can remember, where you stepped on the court for the first time as a varsity player. What were the nerves like? What was it like, if you can remember back that far?
I don't know. Like, I probably could imagine I was pretty nervous. I didn't know, like, I wasn't too familiar with my teammates at the time, at the first game, but, I just wanted to play as hard as I could, to the best of my ability. And I think from then on, from that moment, it just got like I was able to take off and just really, really be able to work with my teammates. But from that first day, I was so nervous. I could tell you that. And I just probably didn't play well, honestly. But, it worked out in the end. So.
More nervous than you think, or right now doing an interview?
Probably more nervous then.
Okay, good. That is good. I've done my job then.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the milestones that you reached? Maybe it was 1,000 assists, 2,000 assists, 3,000 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go back in your memory and pull those opportunities or those milestones out?
Yeah, I think I remember getting 1,500 assists. We were at Van Horn High School, I'm pretty sure. And I honestly didn't know at all. Like, I didn't look at stats at the time. I think it was sophomore year. And then like everyone just started screaming and they had signs and I was like, what is going on? Like, is this like, is something happening? Is something wrong? But it was honestly a really special moment. And then I got 2,000 assists junior year, and that was at the beginning of the season, which was really nice because our libero got 1,000 digs at the same time. So like that was really special to share that with her. But yeah, both times I had no idea they were gonna happen because I don't pay attention. You know, I just want to serve my teammates and give them the best ball possible. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Again, we're visiting with Missouri Milestone member Addie McLean from St. Michael High School as a part of our Missouri Milestones, the podcast. Also, Chevy Dealers of the Ozark Athlete of the Week segment here presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Addie, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that Addie McLean who was an eighth grader and give yourself some advice based on what you know now as a senior, what advice would you go back and give that young Addie? What would you tell her?
I think ultimately I'd tell her to be confident. Because no matter what you do, it might not even be volleyball, just like in school and in life, if you're not confident, then you won't be able to accomplish anything that you want to. And I think from the success that I've had is from being confident, being able to surround myself with teammates and coaches that were able to push me into success.
Is there one match that stands out in your memory that you'd like to go back and replay? Maybe, and it may have been one that got away from you in a district championship or something like that, or it may have been one where you won a district championship and it was so much fun, or maybe it's one where you accomplished one of those milestones. Are there any matches that you can remember that you would like to go back and take another shot at and just do it all over again?
Well, I think on a positive note would be my freshman year district championship against Belton. I think we lost the first set actually. We were down, but it was so awesome because none of us were worried about it. Dropping that first set. It was such a calm thing. And as a freshman, I'm kind of like, well, we should be worried, but our seniors like really just stepped into that role and were being great leaders. And so we took the next 3 sets and were able to win that district championship at home. So we had a big gym and it was just like, as a freshman, it's overwhelming, but it was so fun. And it was so much energy and it was great. And I would love to go back and do that all over again with the experience that I have now. So that's what I'd say.
Very good. Alongside, as I mentioned, is Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, and he's the one that compiles these lists of Missouri milestones. And I know he's got a couple of questions for maybe both of you. Kent?
Well, Addie, when did you first focus on being a setter on that position, and what drew you to that position?
Again, like Coach said, I'm a coach's kid, so my dad taught me how to set from the youngest age possible, I'd say. But ultimately, he taught me how to like do all the skills. I wanted to be an all-rounded player first, but I would do extra work to set. Like just recently we moved, and so we put a little court in our garage, and so I'm able to set on my own from time to time, and so I always train setting. But I think last club season, one of the people got injured, and so I had to step into an outside hitter role, which I was able to do pretty well. But setter is my position ultimately, so I love doing it.
What's the most challenging part of being a setter?
That's a hard question. I'd say just the mental side of it, because you can be physically completely fine and just doing your job, but to be able to see the matchups on the other side of the court, make sure your hitters are feeling 100% all the time, I think that's a big thing. If I had to tell other setters that, it's like knowing how your hitters are feeling. Like they could not be hitting well, and you have to know that and be able to give it to someone else. Make sure you always get the kill, always get the side out. So I'd say you could physically be fine, but the hardest part is definitely the mental side.
And as far as other setters that came before you, high school, college, do you have any mentors out there that you follow that you like to watch?
Oh yes. My biggest mentor would probably be Reese Messer, who's at USC right now. I played with her for a year in club, but I've always looked up to her. She played at St. James. She's just an amazing athlete all around. She's just the fastest I've ever seen a setter be. And so I looked up to her a lot, and I watch her film and really study her.
That's terrific. And Coach, what When you're looking for a new setter, you're developing always for the future. What are you looking for in a young lady to be your next setter?
Well, Addie touched on it right away. That mental part of the game is crucial for a setter. It's kind of cliche, but they're the quarterback of the team, and it's true. They run the offense, and so mentally, physically, intellectually, you have to be able to do that. And then the physical. She's 6 feet tall. She can dominate at the net. So that's that's what coaches want. The ability to score points even when she's not setting up her hitters. So that's some of the things I look for. You have to be able to get to the ball. So your movement or your movement patterns, sometimes you can be super fast, but you don't take the right angles. And so, that physical and mental part of it is just imperative to me when looking for a setter, and luckily, and obviously, as a 4-year starter and somebody that has over 3,500 assists, Addie meets those criteria.
Well, Guy, I think we see why Coach Hanaway has the program where it is now, and why Addie has 3,500 assists. Yes, they talk about the physical part of the game, but they've accomplished that, and they've moved on to the mental aspect. So obviously, we're talking with a high-level program and a high-level athlete.
Very good. Just a couple more questions here before we let you go. And, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for not only being named an Athlete of the Week, but also making it to the Missouri Milestones list here in volleyball.
Thank you so much. This is a great honor.
There are no membership dues. There's no secret door knocks, secret handshakes, or anything like that. You're in by virtue of what you have already accomplished, and that list, you'll never come off of that list. And so congratulations. And just a few more, kind of fun questions. Addie, what's your favorite class in school? What class do you really enjoy going to?
My favorite class is definitely history, which is funny because Hanaway is a history teacher, so it works out.
Go
That's
history.
a good move on your part to pick that subject. I'm a history major, and my favorite class was always history, and that's why I became a history teacher, was because of the mentors I had in junior high and high school. Addie, what is your? Do you have any superstitions? Do you have to eat the same food or listen to the same song or anything prior to a match?
Like, I try not to be superstitious, but I think I have some built in without even knowing it. And I'd say, like, doing the same warm-up routine. Like, I feel like if I don't stretch a certain thing, then I'm like, oh, it's not going to work. Like, I have to warm up and stretch the exact same way every time.
Do you have a favorite drill at practice where you always look forward to this particular drill?
I'd say we call it butterfly, but Hanaway calls it giant rotation. And I think that's a great drill because it gets us going. It's a good warm-up drill, and I like passing. As a setter, one does.
Setters are always great passers. So,
what if any plans have you made as far as next year regarding after you graduate?
Yes, I plan to play at Rockhurst University, which is great because it's close to home. They have a great volleyball program, great academics as well. So I'm really excited for that.
Very good. A couple more, we'll let you go. Number one, what is your least favorite chore to do at home?
Oh gosh, probably the dishes. I hate the dishes.
Me too.
I bet 90% of the
That's what everybody says.
Really? Yeah.
I can do laundry. I can't do dishes.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I can mow the lawn. I don't like dishes.
Very good. Well, last question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And this is for both of you. Do you always wear your seatbelts?
Of course.
Always. Safety first.
Very good. Well, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on becoming a member of the Missouri Milestones as well as our Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Milestones, the podcast and high school game day here on the Missouri Sports Network, presented by Lyona Laborers Local 663. who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.